Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very, very much. Your support is greatly appreciated. If anybody is interested in supporting the channel through a monthly subscription, you can go to patreon.com. Over there, you can get the readings a day early, the daily forecast. There's also special readings depending on the subscription level that you choose that are available only over there each month. What was I going to say? So go to patreon.com and look up Engelgeist, and you can subscribe over there. If you're interested in a private reading, you can always message me at the Facebook business page if you have any questions. But that's where you would direct your inquiries. And this is a daily forecast for the greater collective. So to use it in whatever way it best suits you. It is a timeless message, so it's originally created for November 10th, Tuesday, November 10th, but it's not necessarily set on that date. Because it's a message for the highest good of the greater collective, if it finds its way to you on a different date other than November 10th, that's completely fine. Feel free to watch it. You may be actually able to use it. It may fit your situation and where you're at currently. If it doesn't fit for any reason or doesn't resonate, that's completely fine also. Do not be worried. It doesn't mean anything's wrong or not working. It just means that you might be working on something different at this time. Any decisions that you make in regards to your personal life or day-to-day life after having watched one of my videos are your responsibility. So keeping that in mind, these messages and readings are meant to empower people, validate people, support people in what they maybe already know or don't see coming. But we also want you guys to make your own informed decisions. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're looking at Tuesday, November 10th. We're building upon the energy that we've got this week. I know that there's quite a few different planetary shifts that are happening, and there's been quite a bunch of talk amongst the astrology people, which, I know a little bit about astrology, but I can't say I'm an astrologer per se. But this week is quite shifty, is the word that keeps getting used, like major shifts going on. There's something going on with Pluto, which is the dark transformer, and, all of this stuff. So I have a feeling that we might be experiencing a little bit more before it's all said and done. So I will caveat with that. And let's get into, I just read some of this stuff yesterday. So it's interesting, some of the cards that we've been getting. So let's see what's going on here. What do we need to know? Love it. All right, Major Arcana. Speaking of heady, trippy energy, this is the Sun. Okay, the Sun is associated with the sign of Leo, which is a very loving, warm, gregarious, generous sign, right? I don't know. Well, it's sort of funny. Let me just point this out. It's giving me a little bit of Two of Pentacles vibes with these two little, what are these, flowers or just pendants? I'm blind as a bat nowadays. Oh, it's just like vining flowers. They're beautiful, though. These are those weird Star Trekian flowers. I don't know the name of them. All right, so let's get into this. I do feel like there's a balance happening between these flowers. I don't know why, even though they're sort of tilted, I get this sense of balance. But that would make sense with the Sun. The Sun is always an affirmative card, very much a yes in the deck of tarot. I would say that associated with that sign of Leo, there should be plenty of energy today. There should be plenty of optimism today. We want to look to our dreams, look to our hopes. When I look at this cat, I see a hopeful cat, right? I see him not staring directly into the sun, but certainly looking towards the light, right? Looking towards what's right, what's good. And right for each and every one of us may be slightly different, and that's fully acceptable, guys. But, the brightness of the sun shines a light on who we truly are, how we truly feel, and allows us to sort of own that from a very positive place, right? I love that we have these white birds coming down out of the light, which to me, that speaks to, I think they're doves. That speaks to this semblance of peace, tranquility. Also, spirit is around us. So for those of you that are more spiritually inclined, I would be tapping in, paying attention, watching the signs. The signs could be around us. We did see, I want to say those swallows. Was it in yesterday's Ace of Wands? There was also birds then, but I feel like We're getting signs from, maybe the other side or our guides, our God, whatever that is for us, our higher sense of self, even our own higher self might be sending us messages that we're picking up on today. Embrace those messages and enjoy them and allow them to maybe bring you into balance. There's all of these beautiful flowers around here, irises, sunflowers, and then these Star Trek flowers. To me, that all speaks to sort of growth, beauty, abundance, right? Which is also very much the sun in its light and its glory. And we have that beautiful Grand Monarch, right? Which is right there on the side of the card, which is the butterfly, which is the symbol for transformation. So there's an opportunity to take something that hopefully, maybe wasn't seeing the light of day or wasn't necessarily as positive as we thought it could be, and turning it into a positive. There's nothing, the sun gives sort of life to everything, right? The sun grows, the plant, animal, sort of mineral kingdom, it affects crystals, all of that stuff, right? So the sun plays a huge role in our own abundance, our own well-being, our own health. And so, and I mean that health, when I say health, I'm not talking about just our physical health, because like the sun can provide us with vitamin D. I'm also talking about sort of our mental health or our emotional health, our emotional well-being. Today would be a day to really sort of, I want to say like embrace that and settle in and allow yourself to just feel all around really good in a very powerful way. I hope that is the case for all of you. If I am wrong or some of you are having a really rough time, please feel free to leave me a comment or a question and I can hopefully answer it for you or give you some reassurance. If you are having a rough time and you're not feeling the energy of this sun card, know that this is out there for us. And this is not just for some of us, this is out there for all of us. We want to look towards that positive, we want to look towards that hope, we want to maybe even begin to dream again. That's sort of this cat, he's a little bit dreamy, but I think that his dreams or his hopes are based in reality because this is the energy of the sun. They may not be immediate and right with us, but we are working our way towards them. The light is shining on them. They're becoming all the more real and palpable as we move forward. Okay, let's see what the empathic oracle has to say. What do we need to know? Okay, number 50, which would boil down to a 5, right? 5 is all about change in my book. And I don't mean like change in your pocket, I mean like affecting change. What I feel about this chameleon is definitely an animal that can fit into situations and blend in where it's required, right? It's sort of intrinsic to who the chameleon is, right? It's in its sort of DNA makeup, right? So it's very core. The chameleon can change its colors to blend in with its surroundings. And what I like about this, or where I pair this with the sun, is that to me, the sun is sort of that sorry, I'm gonna trip on this word, all-encompassing light in the environment, right? Which also blends with the environment, right? Its light sort of spreads out and brings positivity, hope, joy, energy, fervor, all this like excitement, that sort of an energy. Chameleon to me feels like we can blend with our environment, become one with our environment, maybe change our environment. That's that 5 energy that we see in the number 50. If there are needs where we need certain things to change in our environment, where is it that we can maybe, this is just a question some of you may want to ask yourself, where is it that we can change, right? Our color, and I'm saying that from the idea of the chameleon as a metaphor. Where can we change our color to better blend within a situation to make it more safe, secure, prosperous, abundant for ourselves, right? The sun wants that for us. Chameleon says we have the ability to make changes or to affect changes within our environment so that we can become more in line with it, right? We can become more okay with it or working with it rather than against it is kind of the vibe that I'm getting with these cards. And there's a huge sort of, to me, with the positivity of the sun, there's a huge outcome here. There's a huge burst of, I don't want to say positivity again, but I don't know, affirmation that can come from this. But I feel like for those of you that might be struggling, because I don't want this to be all Pollyanna and great and whatever, but for those of you that are struggling right now and you're like, this guy's crazy, I don't feel this sun energy, I don't feel this, that's where the quietness of sort of, I feel this chameleon comes in, and we need to go inward and find out what is within ourselves that we need to do to effect change, or to change within ourselves so that we can better get in the light of this sun and allow the abundance and the opportunity to happen, right? And all of it, I will say this too, to me, this all feels very cyclical in the sense that it is the positivity of the sun that's being bestowed upon us, but it's also this cat that's being hopeful and receiving it, right? That puts him in part of the process of all of it becoming real and sort of palpable. I hope that makes sense. All right, so let's look at to the grounding stone. What do we need to know with the grounding stone? What energy do we need to ground in today? Okay. All right, so the grounding stone, hopefully this stands up. It is gratitude. So that to me makes a lot of sense. I don't even feel like I need to really read too much into that. For those of you that understand what the grounding stone represents, it's an energy or a thought or a tenet that we want to focus on during the day, throughout the day, and ground in it to sort of help to exemplify or amplify what is going on around us. With this gratitude, when we see the things that we're grateful for, when the light of the sun shines on the things that are actually working in our lives, and we choose to focus on those things, when we choose to turn our face like this cat towards the light rather than the dark, and look at what is we are grateful for, or what we have that is working, that is offering us whatever little bit of sort of transformation, opportunity, grace, whatever it is that it's offering to us. When we resonate in that gratitude energy, we open the door for more of that light from the sun to come in, and more of that to be seen. And that's also the change that we see in this chameleon, right? We can adapt to situations. We can adjust ourselves to better fit, to come into sort of alignment or synchronicity with that which is going on around us. And actually, there's certain, I would say this, there's a certain mastery to the chameleon, right? In the sense that he's so adaptable, he blends completely into his environment, almost becoming invisible. And in that, that's sort of a gift, right? And I'm not saying we need to become invisible. What I'm saying is we want to utilize those skills within ourselves to read a room, to understand a person, to be compassionate, to sort of shift ourselves into a place of assistance rather than resistance. And that's something also to be grateful for. And we can do that much more easier when we are in this state of gratitude versus a state of effort or struggle or, anxiety. And trust me, guys, I know about anxiety. All right, so let's look at the card definitions today. Excuse me. I hope this makes sense for you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. This really looks like we have the option to, if we choose to turn ourselves to the light, to ground in that gratitude, and to adjust ourselves or our situation. The chameleon can be our situation around us too, but whatever changes and adjustments we make to better suit or fit within our situation, we're going to be doing quite fine. Okay. Because also, sorry, I should get to these definitions, but I am going to say this chameleon, he's on these leaves, right? He's being himself. Look at all the multitude of colors that he has within himself. So he also brings his own special magic or ability to this. He's not complete. I think that we have the option to blend and become in alignment with our environment and what's going on, which is great, but we don't have to sacrifice who we are or what we believe to do that. There's also that aspect too with the multicolors of this chameleon. So I'm not saying like disappear or blend into the background. What I'm saying is know that you can become one with the opportunities that are around you. All right, so the symbolism of the sun, and I love this, the cat's name is Bravery May. So that's kind of awesome. So the cat's name is Bravery May, and the symbolism is doves being lifted by divine inspiration, feeling the presence of something greater. The sunflowers is a long, steady growth that blossoms into something bigger and beautiful. The gladiola is inner strength and perseverance. The passion flower is passion. That's those Star Trek flowers. I should have known that. Butterfly, becoming your destiny, which is also transformation. And the sun is illumination, being in the spotlight. So the message: the powerful and radiant light of the sun spreads and washes away the darkness. In the light, solutions once hidden will appear, and as a result, confidence in the future restored. When you step into its healing rays, your energy will become recharged, your vibration will rise, and what once may have seemed daunting or impossible will become light and manageable. When the sun appears, you may discover your talents are in the spotlight or attention is directed towards you. Keep in mind that although the sun can create reasons to feel confident and self-assured, it will also shine a light on your actions. Stay positive, bask in the warm energy, and operate from a space of integrity, as all eyes will be on you. Energy attributes. The positive is feeling confident in your abilities, capable of seeing the big picture, experiencing pure joy and compassion, being a beacon of hope for others, letting your creative mind shine, feeling energized and ready to tackle a challenge. That's all very Leonine energy to me too. Very much Leo right there. The negative aspects of this, which I don't necessarily know that this applies, but it may for some of you, is overly confident in your skills, demanding the spotlight, being blinded by the light, arrogant, and self-absorbed. I don't sense that. I feel like this is actually, to me, and it might be a new dawn for some of you guys, or a new opportunity. I hope you guys wake up with a pep in your step kind of thing. All right, so let's go to 50, which is Chameleon. If any of you are being too arrogant, Chameleon would be like, tone that down. Get in gratitude and tone that down. But I don't think that's the case for the majority of you. All right, 50 is Chameleon. The world is a place of beauty and wonder, each individual unique as they add their experience to the tapestry of color. See, and I said that about the chameleon's multicolors. People who are empathic often feel within themselves that they do not fit anywhere. Family, friends can all seem foreign to an empath, as the outward experience doesn't match up to what the empath is feeling inwardly. This confusion in the need to belong can drive the empath to wonder if their personal behaviors or beliefs are wrong. So begins the experience of becoming the chameleon, emulating behaviors and mannerisms just to fit in. Many empaths will become very skilled at this behavior. It can be a positive experience as you learn what works and what doesn't in social settings. The problem begins when you lose yourself in the perceived need to be other than who you really are. You can begin to align with beliefs and behaviors that are negative. This soon blurs the boundaries of what and who am I. If you are not mindful and present, you will soon find yourself struggling to discover who and what you are. Am I blending into my surroundings to create a feeling of safety? Am I losing my individual beauty in the tapestry? Why am I having a hard time holding on to my true, authentic self? So, that definition also obviously does make sense with this card, but I kind of feel like this chameleon isn't necessarily blending in the sense that he's not matching the color of the leaves. I feel like he can, and we have the opportunity to align ourselves within an environment. And when we do that, I feel like that's more of the message of this gratitude stone, and the message of the sun card is about bringing ourselves into alignment. Don't diminish your shine. Don't diminish your skills. That's not what Chameleon is saying to me today, as far as I feel. Those are great things to think about, especially for people that are more empathic. But for those of you that want to reap sort of the brightness and the bounty of this sun, definitely, if there's any adjustment within a situation that you can either create or, like to me, Chameleon represents sort of like compromise or adjustments, alignment, that sort of an energy, right? And Chameleon also, let's remember this, is not an aggressive animal. It's not we don't have to like reach out and grab it. It will come to us, is sort of the energy of the sun too. That sun's light basks on everyone and everything. That is your forecast for the day. I hope you guys understand and enjoy it. Please make the most of today and enjoy it. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit the subscribe button or at least the thumbs up. And I look forward to seeing you soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.